Hello friends, I'm Prithviya. This is my first ever video recording live and it is a part of the internship program. Today I'm going to discuss about the benefits of reading books. I will also be sharing my experiences, thoughts on this topic. I will also be providing tips and suggestions to anyone who wants to develop the habit of reading. So let's get started. Firstly, I want to talk about my role model of inspiration for reading books. It is none other than my dad, who is a journalist, writer, avid reader, and also has a huge collection of books, magazines, newspapers, and more. This is where I draw my inspiration for reading books. So, how did I really start reading books or novels? When I was a younger kid, I had an inclination towards reading storybooks, comics, and newspapers. But as I grew older, this habit stopped and I did not pursue it further. In one such incident, where I was looking for my textbook in the bookshelf, I accidentally came across a fiction novel that was lost in the sea of books at home. I picked it up and started reading the synopsis, which later moved to the chapters, and finally I ended up reading half the book that day. This is how I started my journey of book reading. Post this incident, initially I started reading more of fictions for quite a few years, but later on, as I started working, my attention went towards books related to self-help, travel, spirituality, productivity, and so on. Till date, I continue to read a lot of different books related to different genders. For any newcomer, there's a dilemma of what kind of books to read. There are different genres of books to read, and some of them include fiction, non-fiction, biographies, autobiographies, and so on. So it literally depends on one's interest to select what book to read. Now, where do you really get these books? Firstly, my suggestion is head to the nearest bookstore and get a book that interests you, or order online after research. Considering the pandemic we are going through, one may be tempted to purchase online or purchase ebooks or audiobooks. Now, there's also a dilemma of whether to buy a hard copy or a soft copy. Soft copy. As per my experience, you can't take away the feeling of having a book in your hand and reading it. But because of this point pandemic, one may ideally prefer to read an ebook or an audiobook as suggested in the previous section. Now, let's come to the main part of this video presentation. Why do we read books, or what are the benefits of reading books? Many benefits are available when you search on Google, but I have suggested a few from my experiences in the below section. Reading books broaden your mind and knowledge. Different topics provide different knowledge which can be used in various aspects of life. It also enhances your memory and analytical thinking skills. It is always thrilling to read a mystery and try solve the mystery by self. Even if you have not solved it, you would have practiced your critical and analytical thinking to solve this issue in your mind. Also, to follow a plot, you need to remember a lot of things. This in turn helps you in memorizing through your brain. Reading books also reduces stress levels and provides relief from tension and depression. It relaxes your brain from any stress and also serves as a distraction from tensions. By reading books, you improve your vocabulary and in English, which in turn helps you improve your writing and also the communication skills. This Through books, you learn a lot of words, statements, and grammar. The more you read, it improves your vocabulary, and as your vocabulary increases, you can express your thoughts better. Other than reducing stress levels, the topic which you read gives immense inner peace and tranquility. For example, you can read spiritual books, self-help books, spiritual and self-help books. When you read about lives of different people who lived in different situations or circumstances from you, you can make it easier to relate yourself and understand the situations they were in from what you are in currently. It in turn improves your ability to empathize. Reading books especially during the nighttime, helps boost sleep. Reading relaxes and de-stresses you, which in turn pulls you into a deep and peaceful sleep. Also, reading books like fictions and sci-fi transports to a different world through a good book. This acts as a part of an entertainment. I hope you have read some of the benefits of reading books. Now, let's come to the conclusion or summary of this video or presentation. Now, the whole point of this video or presentation is to encourage reading books regularly. Let's make it a habit to read daily and regularly and dedicate at least 30 minutes a day to read books. You can read it in the morning when you wake up, or you can read it before you go to sleep, or you can also read anytime when you feel the need to read. It's not about how much or what you read, but it's important of what you have learned from reading and how you use this knowledge to enhance yourself. Hello friends, as you would have seen throughout this video, I was quite a bit stammering, as this was my first video that I was created live. Hence, your valuable feedback about this presentation and video is very important to me, as it would help me develop my presentation skills better in the future. And thanks to one and all